You are watching the Los Angeles Lakers Report. I'm your host, Marshall Green. We have a fun show coming up for you guys because the trade rumors surrounding the Lakers are officially heating up because we're just a couple of days away from December 15th, which is really the start of NBA trade season. That date is the date where free agents that sign in the offseason can officially be traded. So it's December 15th around the corner. The trade rumors are heating up, and right now they're focusing on Cam Reddish. According to Ian Begley, who's a beat reporter for the New York Knicks, one of the best in the game, says the Lakers have shown interest in the Knicks wing. He noted that the Knicks and the Lakers have been in conversation, except they needed a third team to get the deal done, which makes me feel like it was somewhat of a salary cap confliction with the two teams. Bringing that third team, ease out the money, smooth it out, and make a deal happen. This is what Ian Begley had to say about that report. He said the Knicks and Lakers touched base recently. One of the deals would have required a third team to complete. I'm not sure how far along they got on that deal. We know the Lakers in the past have shown interest in Cam Reddish since Reddish was traded to New York. We know here in Los Angeles, it's all about clutch sports, and that is the representation for Cam Reddish. Go back to last trade deadline. There was rumors that the Lakers were interested in a guy like Cam Reddish, and I think for good reason. I think Reddish is having somewhat of a solid season so far this year. He just finds himself on the outside in at the Knicks rotation, and that's more so to do with Tom Thibodeau and his stubbornness than instead of the type of player and season that Reddish is having. Because when you look at the stats, in 20 games this year, where he's playing 22 minutes per game, he's putting up solid numbers. Sure, his three-point percentage should be a little bit higher, but this is a guy that's averaging 9 points per game, 45% from the field, an assist per game. He's been a good defender for the Knicks. When he was a starter, he started 8 games for the New York Knicks, and the Knicks went 4-4 in that time frame. So they showed an ability to win with Cam Reddish in the lineup. He just kind of saw himself fall out of that rotation because he left with an injury for a couple of games, a groin injury. Then he came back, and then Quentin Grimes was in the starting rotation. And ever since then, Reddish has kind of been on the outside looking in. Tom Thibodeau wants to cut it to a 9-man rotation, and Tibbs is not that big of a fan of Cam Reddish. I mean, the guy has tantalizing potential. He's a 6'8", 6'9" wing that could put the ball on the deck, is a solid perimeter defender, can guard some point guards, did that with the Knicks. He was guarding Ja Morant. I've seen him guard 2 guards, and he can obviously guard wings. He's 6'8", can put the ball on the deck. He can make tough shots. He takes tough shots. You have to have an ability to let shots fly like Cam Reddish does, and he is a one-man fast break. He's one of the best finishers in the NBA around the league. When he gets out in transition and he hits you with that slow Euro step move, it's almost like Giannis because he can get from the three-point line to the bucket in 2 steps. If he's out of the rotation and he's on the trade market, could the Lakers fall back in and try to make a trade for Cam Reddish? We were talking about this trade idea in the office today because you got to make salary match in a trade, obviously. And who's a guy that's been linked to a lot of trade rumors for the Los Angeles Lakers? That is Russell Westbrook. I think this trade makes the Lakers a much better team. You get a guy in Derrick Rose who's not the D Rose of old, but there's still some juice left in those legs. He can come off the bench, play 10 to 12 minutes, and get you 8 to 10 points. Get your 3 to 4 dimes. Shoot 35, 40% from 3. You get Evan Fournier, who last year set the single-season record for most three-pointers made in a season by a New York Knick. What does this team need, the Lakers? They need more shooting. Then you get a guy like Cam Reddish, who's a project. He gets better. He's shown the ability to be successful. He has multiple 20-point games this season. You would have to trade Westbrook, and I think you trade a 2027 protected first-round pick, whether that's top 5, top 10, lottery. They can figure that out. But I think this trade makes the Lakers better. You get an athletic wing. You get a shooter in Fournier, and you get a bench guard in Derrick Rose who plays winning basketball. So I'll ask you, Lakers fans, would you do this trade? I think this trade fixes a lot of needs for the Lakers, but I'll ask you, would you do the trade? Type A for accept, or you can go down and type D for decline. In my opinion, I think the Lakers get better overnight by making this trade. They've been able to make it work the past couple of games. They've been better, especially because of Anthony Davis and his hot streak. But Russell Westbrook has been playing good as well. But I still think there's a little bit of clashing moments at times when you watch this team. The roster construction just doesn't flow smoothly. Replace Westbrook with Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose isn't the player that Westbrook is, but he can still give you that scoring prowess off the bench. Then you get a guy like Evan Fournier, who's a knockdown three-point shooter. Is he a bad defender? Yeah, he is. But at the end of the day, he comes off the bench, plays with LeBron James, gets open three after open three. That's what this team needs. And then you get an athletic wing with upside in Cam Reddish. In my opinion, I think the Lakers are better overnight if they make this trade. I think they could actually compete in the Western Conference and win a playoff series or two. And then once you get in the dance, LeBron James and Anthony Davis play like the top 5 players they are. I think anything is possible for this ball club if they're on their A game. I will let you know this much. With the trade season here, with the rumors flying, with the news coming everywhere, and we're in the heart stretch of the season here at the Los Angeles Lakers Report, we're going to try to up our videos and do videos every single week. The boss has said, look, y'all want more videos, Lakers fans? We got to get more subscribers. More subscribers equals more videos. Hit that big red button. Go down right now and hit the sub button. Let's go. Lock us in. The Lakers injury report right now. LeBron James is dealing with that ankle injury. Anthony Davis is dealing with the illness. And Patrick Bev dealing with a knee. Look, it's tough to win basketball games when you don't have your top dogs playing like the Lakers did last night. And that's ultimately why they lost against the Toronto Raptors 126-113. I did like what I saw. You got to see a little bit of an extended minutes and an extended role for a guy like Dennis Schroeder, who was able to score 18 points, have 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Thomas Bryant had some good minutes there. We know Westbrook is going to stuff the stat sheet, no doubt about it, but it was the defensive end. You give up 126 to a Raptors team. You let Siakam go for 25, 10, and 7. OG go for 23, and you let Fred VanVleet, who's having the worst season of his career, get hot and score 25 points and dish out 7 dimes. Without LBJ and Anthony Davis, without King James and the Brow, you're not going to win many games. That's just as simple as it gets, and that's in any sport, that's in any league, that's in any business. If you're without your top 2 guys, there's not much margin for error, and you're not going to win many games. That's just the fact of the matter. Look, these 2 guys are both MVP candidates right now, especially Anthony Davis. We know what LeBron James brings to the table. I don't want to put too much stock in the game last night against the Toronto Raptors. When they're not in the game, it's tough to win. You got some tough games coming up, though, for the Lakers. Philadelphia is going to be tough. Boston's tough. Denver's tough. Washington's tough. The only cupcake game here for the Lakers at this point is the Detroit Pistons. That's over the next 9 games of the calendar. If you're able to win 3 out of these next 5, that would be absolutely a beautiful setup for the Lakers as we get closer and closer to Christmas Day. And then once we turn the calendar to 2023, when it really gets busy in the NBA, the Lakers, this is their upcoming schedule, and you can bet on some games coming up for the Los Angeles Lakers with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Go to chatsports.com/Lakers and make sure you use the promo code Lakers125, because look, if you don't use the promo code, you're not going to get a deposit bonus. You want free money? If you do, use the deposit bonus and give the code Lakers125. Put $100 into your account. They'll match it with $125 guaranteed. It's free money. I've been betting on the Lakers. I've been cashing some dubs because the Anthony Davis is playing like the best player in basketball, honestly, right now. Get started with them. BetUS. Chatsports.com/Lakers. Promo code Lakers125. The Lakers, is it time? Is it time for a lineup change? And should they be looking at a new starting 5? Those are the rumors on the streets that maybe the Lakers should look at a new starting 5, switch it up a little bit. I mean, when you look at this lineup right here with Dennis Schroeder, Patrick Beverley, and Lonnie Walker, then you put in the 2 big dogs and Anthony Davis and LeBron James, you get kind of a little bit of everything right here. You got Bev as the perimeter defender and the toughness guy. Schroeder's someone that can kind of carry a bucket every once in a while and carry the offensive load and get others involved. And I like Lonnie Walker and what he's done this year, kind of a hybrid between a slasher, a scorer, and a guy that can spot up and shoot. I've been impressed with Walker, honestly, this year. I didn't think it was going to be that good of a fit, but he's actually been playing pretty well. But this is what Bleacher Report had to say on that lineup change. They said, even if you're not convinced the 6'5" Reaves and the 6'1" Beverly are at worst comparable on D, the other end of the floor settles the issue. Pat Bev is making just 38.5% of his twos and 22% of his threes. Unfathomably low percentages for an undersized guard who also isn't the team's primary distributor. Reaves, meanwhile, is at 66% at twos and 36.4% on threes, while more than doubling Beverley's points per game in roughly equal playing time. So it begs the question, is it time to put Patrick Beverley on the bench and put the young bull, Austin Reaves, in the starting lineup? And I think it makes a lot of sense, right? Beverley, no doubt, is a good defender, but he's hindering this team's potential on the offensive end. Shooting 27% from the field, that's an absolute joke. Austin Reaves is a guy that's consistent, he's efficient, and he can catch and shoot and knock down threes. And that's what you got to do playing next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. He's doing that right now at a 35% clip, which isn't elite by any means. But when you're comparing it to a 22% clip, 35 seems like you're the next coming of Stephen Curry. Look, I would do it. I think you got to get more shooting in this starting lineup. I think it's impressive what the Lakers have been able to do and stack the dubs that they have been without shooting on this team. And that's why I think that trade for Fournier really helps out this Lakers team. But I do think that they should make a move. And if they're not going to give, Reaves the starting role, he needs to be widely outplaying minutes-wise Patrick Beverley. It's not always about who starts the game. And I know as fans and whatever I do as a job, we like to focus on the starters a lot. It's a matter of who closes the game. Who's on the court the final 2-3 minutes of the game? Who's bringing in these dubs and securing the dubs? I want to see Reaves continue to do that and get more minutes. But I'll ask you, who should start for this Lakers team right now? Type B for Bev, type R for Reaves, sound off, and we'll see you later.